Well, shock and outrage have gripped Chad following the gruesome murder of Fulbert Monoji, a senior civil servant and former chief of staff to the governor of Enedi, Monoji. He was found dead early Saturday morning in the city of Abeche in eastern Chad, just hours after he posted a chilling message on Facebook that read, "In danger, friends." Now, his lifeless, undressed body was discovered on the outskirts of the city, burned beyond recognition. According to eyewitnesses and early forensic report, he had been doused in gasoline and set alight. Images of his charred remains quickly spread across social media, sparking a wave of national grief, speculation, and public anger. Well, we see on Friday evening, Fulbert's Monoji posted a brief but ominous message on his Facebook profile saying, quote, "In danger, friends," end quote. He wrote this with no further context. The post, which drew concern from some of his followers, turned prophetic within hours. Local residents reported hearing cries near an open field around midnight, but by the time authorities were alerted, the body was already burning. Police and emergency responders cordoned off the scene, but no suspects were found nearby. The identity of the victim was later confirmed by family members and colleagues. Well, we wonder who is Fulbert Monoji. We see Fulbert Monoji is believed to be in his early 40s and has served as chief of staff to the governor of Enedi, a region in the northeastern part of Chad that borders Sudan. He was widely regarded as a competent and respected public servant, known for his administrative skills and his advocacy for better governance in the region. In recent months, according to sources close to Monoji, he had grown increasingly concerned about corruption, abuse of power, and growing insecurity in the region. While it remains unclear whether these issues were directly linked to his death, some suspect that Monoji may have been silenced for what he knew or what he was about to reveal. He was principled, courageous, and outspoken. He believed in transparency, said a colleague who asked not to be named due to fear of reprisal. "We believe he was targeted," said this colleague. The brutal nature of the murder and the ominous warning posted on social media have drawn widespread condemnation from civil society groups, human rights organizations, and opposition politicians. "The state must immediately and transparently investigate this heinous act," said Muhammad Yahya, a prominent human rights advocate based in N'Djamena. "We are witnessing a troubling rise in violence against civil servants, journalists, and activists. This cannot continue," she said. Well, opposition leader Najo Kaina issued a statement on Saturday evening calling the killing barbaric and warning of a climate of fear descending on Chad. How can a man warn the public that his life is in danger and then be found burned alive the very next day? Kaina asked this question: what more evidence do we need that people in this country are not safe even from their own government? Online, the hashtag Justice for Fulbert began trending on Chadian social media platforms, with thousands calling for accountability and answers. Some users compared his death to previous incidents involving whistleblowers and critics of the government who have disappeared under suspicious circumstances. As of Monday morning, there has been no official statement from the Chadian central government or the office of the governor of Enedi. Now, police in Abeche have opened an investigation according to local sources, but no suspects have been arrested and no motive has been publicly confirmed. Well, a police officer speaking on condition of anonymity said investigators were exploring multiple leads, including the possibility of a politically motivated assassination or an internal dispute. They say, we're not ruling anything out. The officer said, "This is a highly sensitive case. The pressure is intense." Indeed it is. Mojani's death adds to a growing list of attacks against civil servants, journalists, and activists in Chad. We see that a country that has seen political unrest, military crackdowns, and power struggles in recent years, this brings a lot to question. Now, since the death of President Idris Deby in 2021 and the rise of his son, Mahamat Idris Deby Itno, as transitional president, the country has been navigating a fragile political transition marred by protests, allegations of repression, and deteriorating security in several regions. Now, we're seeing more and more signs the descent is being crushed, said a regional analyst based in Dhaka. If someone like Fulbert Monoji, who served at the heart of government, can be killed in this way, it sends a terrifying message to others. As the nation mourns, Fulbert Monoji's family is demanding justice. In a statement released Sunday, they expressed heartbreak and called on national and international authorities to ensure a thorough and independent investigation. He was a father, a husband, a public servant. He did not deserve this fate, said a family member. The funeral has not yet been scheduled as an autopsy is still pending. In the meantime, citizens across Chad continue to demand answers, fearing that without accountability, Fulbert's death may be added to a growing list of unresolved political killings. Justice delayed, one activist wrote on Twitter, on now X, is justice denied. We will not forget Fulbert Monoji. That is a sad one on the African scene, but coming up next will be news across the globe.